Good morning, good morning. Mic check, mic check. I'm not in my home setup, so anybody wants to verify they can hear me, let me know. Perfect. So the only play I'm in right now, KPRX. Let me pull this up real quick. KPRX. We're getting a pump here. We are getting a pump at the 200s. Might be too slow for it. It's only up about 20%, but see what the locates look like. Cheap. What's the story with this one? 4 million float is what I'm seeing. So I'm gonna take a little stab at it. Why is this one pumping? Now this is private placement up to 24 million. So I'm gonna let it push some since it's over the 200s. I took a little stab in the high 250s, but decent sized private placement, potential dilution if up to 19 million of warrants are exercised, upfront 5 million. So let's see. I'm in the money now. There we go. Let's see if it fails. Nice. Trimming a little bit here in the 240s. But anyways, yeah, got a stab on it. But I mean, it's a decent sized private placement, but I think it's struggling a little bit at these 200s. So let's see if it holds. Anyways, besides that, the only other play I'm in is AIXI. I took a little stab at 102, kind of chasing it a little bit. The plan with this one is to just add at 102, like I did small, and then I'm on 3x that at 129. And then if it holds over the 200, maybe let's say 133, 5 minute candle closes and it keeps pushing, I'll just stop out of it. KPRX push back above it. I might re-add these shares. If it gets back to 259. But as of right now, I'm just gonna let it fall. My average is not that great, 256, but again, I'm gonna just chill here for see if it keeps dropping. And sorry if the mic is not the best. Sorry if I'm not very fast today because, like I said, I'm not in my home setup. So only in two plays, KPRX and AIXI. Cool. Thanks for the update, Caden. Yeah, I got two laptops going. I got my main screen that y'all see with my YouTube studio, and then I have another screen pulled up with another laptop pulled up with AskEdgar and Stock Titan. So we'll see how this setup works. And sorry about yesterday, guys. I had a Airbnb emergency that I had to go address. KPRX dropping. I'm up about. I'm up a decent amount here, so I might start trimming here in the 220 some. So trimmed a little here. See if it keeps falling some more. Turned out to be a decent little play. Gotta love the 200s. Yeah, everything's fine. We good. It was just Easter the day before, so I had to go out that night, and I already had the stream scheduled, and I was like, I'll be able to stream in the morning. And I'm staying at some family's house, and it was just chaos the next morning. I didn't get back home till like 1 a.m., so I didn't really feel like streaming the next morning. Glad I trimmed. We're back up. I might re-add up here. So added back a little 241. And then I'll add, my next add is 259. I'll just scalp this one. Let's do some more research on KPRX. So I'm seeing 4 million float. Let me double check on Finviz. I have a little bit of trust issues with the float size on AskEdgar. Yes, it looks right. My bigger ad was 259. We didn't get there. We just got to 255, but that's okay. And AIXI, one of the main reasons why I entered this one a little before the stream, and it probably looks like I'm chasing a little bit, getting in at like 102. I just have a hard time believing this is going to continue the strong move today. I really like backside Chinese, so I'm just going to try to ignore this one and see how much it gives back. But in relatively small, since sizing, I don't know if most y'all watched the sizing video, and sorry the audio was trash, but I posted a video, and for this is a good example of like probably only entering like 10%, 20, maybe 20% of my max position, and then I'm gonna 3x it when it gets up to like 129. Um, because I'm not confident at 102. But if we get up to like 130 again, I'll add a lot of size. And then obviously I can't let it play as much though. So if it closes above like 133 and keeps pushing, I'll probably just stop out of it. But in like a starter size now at 102. KPRX is the other play I'm in. Just going to let it see if it fades here. Next add 259. So closed a private placement producing up to 24 million in gross proceeds, including a 5 million upfront and up to 19 million via milestone-based warrants. The transaction closed April 6th and was priced at the market under NASDAQ rule. Okay, we're dropping again. So when we get back in the 220s here, I'm going to trim again. Nice, let's go. I was too slow, so I didn't get to do it till the teens, which is even better. So I'm out. Last cover was 215, almost timed the bottom. So yeah, I'm out of this one. Fun play. Good way to start the morning. SILO is pumping again. I think this one pushed last night, didn't it? Or yesterday evening. And as always, guys, not financial advice, educational purposes only. Shorting small caps is very, very, very high risk. So this was patent news, and I typically like patent news. But that's a pretty strong second leg on it. Decent float on it. I just got to find where I want to stab it at. Maybe 70 cents. So if it pushes a little bit more to 70 cents, I might, maybe 69 cents. I'll probably take a little starter on it. I don't see really too many red flags on it. So first entry will be 68 cents and 69 cents. Trading it small though, because the daily let's pull it up and see. Okay, so I mean 70, there's this, it wicks down here, 76 cents. So basically 70 to like 85 seems like decent spots. Let me see what the hourly looks like on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little initial starter here. Well, it filled me, so I'm in at 68.5, 68.685. But just small size for now. Yeah, XI is still just hanging around. What did KPRX do? Oh, if it gets back up to over the 250s, I'll stab it again too. I might stab it at 249 again. I mean, I'm gonna put a standing order for it. If it gets to 249 again, I'm going to enter it. But yeah, on these live streams, I'm gonna try to talk about sizing a little bit more, about how I enter the size and things like that, because like the video I posted, sizing is just a big part of what we do. I share my setups every day. I share my plays every day. Like, but not everyone is, has the same success that I have. So, and I really think it is how I manage plays. Um, and sizing is one aspect of it. So I'll continue to post more videos about, managing plays and try to get a little more granular with it because, like I said on that video, I think, I'd put my money on the trader that just has a okay setup, but is killer at managing plays like sizing versus someone who has an amazing setup but can't manage a position, because managing position is, I think, how you really succeed in this game. Because the setups are there. There's YouTube videos with great setups everywhere. You know what I mean? Not even probably some better than mine, but it really gets down to how you manage these plays. So KPRX is pushing against VWAP here. I'm actually not going to add here. I don't want this to just be an average up one. My next ad is 129, and I'll go heavy there, 3x my starter size. Caden, yep, agree. Yeah, I noticed that as well, so that's why I'm gonna try to speak to it a little bit more with my sizing. Yeah, I think that just comes with time, and then and not having an ego. That's the big one. A lot of us traders have egos. When we're wrong, we don't like to accept that. Where I'm at this point in my trading career that I do not mind stopping out and moving on to the next play. Because we have such an edge with shorting small caps. I mean, it's not even debatable. We have a massive edge, but just can't let one or two plays rock us. So maybe VWAP would have been a good ad, but again, I don't want to get too big in this one just yet. 129 is my next ad. Still in SILO. 68.5 is my average. But yeah, KPRX, nice start to the day. I wish you would push back up to like have an order waiting at 249 and 259. I would love to see it push back up there, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. SILO is dropping a little bit here. If we get back to the low 60s, I might uh, get out of this one. There's a chance it bounces at the top of this candle. 59.60. I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to bounce there. So I'm gonna do my cover at 61 cents. KPRX doesn't want to give up. A little bit stronger push, and I'll be back in it. I'm probably chasing here, but I'm about to add some right here. I don't know if it's going to get there. So added a little bit right here, 242. Small. then 249 slightly bigger, and then 259 is my bigger size. So back in it, small, and I hope it hits 249 though. AIXI is fighting back at VWAP. This one's gonna be interesting. I'm in it very small, like very small. I think I'm only in 1,000 shares. So like I said, it gets up to like 130 though, 129. I'm gonna add another 3K shares, and then just that'll be the moment of truth, the line in the sand, 130. Because if it breaks over this 200 EMA, I don't really know where it's going, and I don't want to just keep averaging up on it. 242 ad was good so far. So let's see if we get another flush back to the 9. I'll probably try to cover around 221. Oh, here we go. A little before 221, so it doesn't bounce on the 9. Trimmed a little bit, 228. So I'm only in a couple hundred shares now. Yeah, I'll just play this little range till it proves me wrong. So next trim, probably 223 because the 9 keeps moving up, obviously. So 223 will be my next trim, but I trimmed a little at 228, so I'm only in a couple hundred shares now. SILO trying to push again. What brokerage for pre-market? The one that's on my screen, TradeZero. Voted best short selling broker many years in a row. I like it. There's good ones out there. Like you don't have to go with TradeZero, but that's the one I use. SILO, and I have a link in the description for it. I got some rebates, bonus deposits, things like that. So SILO is pushing out over 70. We're breaking new highs. I'm not going to add again until, let's see, maybe 79 cents. Because it has proven it can get to $1. Obviously, it started way higher up here, but it has failed at $1 before. So I'm probably going to wait for my next stab to be about 79 cents. These wicks might come into play here around 77 cents, but I'm gonna wait till 79 cents and then add another thousand shares there. You really make money? Is that a question, Nathan? Or are you telling me I do? I mean, I do. I average about 2K a day. Last year, And I play small. I trade with a 25K account. Last year made 300K while doing a W-2, while doing other things. Like, I'm a little bit different than most traders. I'm not a traders is life kind of guy. Like, it's all I do and think about and breathe. It's not, I wanted to make it a bigger part of my life, and I'm working on doing that this year. But um, yeah, I make money. I've been verified on Kimfo. I've had interviews with them. So I like to think I'm legit. But yeah, I trade small. I like to think relatively small though, just 25K account, gets to 50K, I withdraw the money and rinse and repeat. Isn't shorting gappers super dangerous? Yeah, I mean, if you want to, so obviously I got to be careful what I say here because I can't give financial advice and it's educational purposes only. And I can't say it's not dangerous and then you lose your money. Everything in the stock market's dangerous. Shorting can be especially dangerous if you're reckless because you can lose more than like going long. If you trade with $5,000, the most you can lose is $5,000. If you short sell and you trade with $5,000, you can lose $10,000, $15,000 if you're reckless, if you can't control your positions, if you short Chinese tickers that do crazy things, you know what I mean? So, yes, it can be dangerous, but it's the most. Like I said, I gotta be careful how I say it. For me, it's been by far the easiest way for me to succeed in the stock market. You just gotta be, just gotta be aware that when it runs against you, you gotta have parameters to make sure you don't lose more than you intended. I have a max loss on my broker, so the most that it'll let me lose a day is $5,000. I keep my account at 25K, just like I was talking about. I could have a 100K, 500K plus account if I wanted to. I've had success because last year I made 300, but the year before that I made actually way more than that. So I could have a bigger account if I wanted to, but I keep my account small just in case I am in that black swan and it just destroys me. The most I can lose is that amount. So the long to answer your question, yes, it can be dangerous, but that's where your self control, your emotions, your risk management comes in. There's a lot of scary stories about short selling, and maybe rightfully so, because most people cannot master their emotions and their risk management. But if you get that dialed in, I think short selling is very lucrative for sure. But there will always be those, scary stories out there, and I've had my own. When I used to trade bigger, I had a massive loss, So SILO's giving back a little bit here. Yeah, I kind of agree. I kind of agree with you, John. Like the people that'll throw shade at shorting small caps are the ones that are dying of 1,000 cuts, long in these trash tickers. So KPRX again, if it gets back up to 249, I might take another stab at it. How long did you trade before you became profitable? I didn't become profitable until I started short selling. I tried the option sides, I tried the long and small caps, I tried Um, I never got into futures or forex, um, and just didn't have success. So then I was just looking at a chart and I was like, if I did the opposite of what I was doing, long in these small caps, I would be very profitable. And then that was the moment it clicked. And then I got, I was lied to as well about, short selling. It's the devil. You're a bad person if you short. Like some people, like this is a pharmaceutical company. So I'm scalping it for 30 seconds, a minute. I'm not sure I'm a worse person than somebody who scalps it long for 30 seconds. You know what I mean? So I just kind of read through the BS and I was like, let me look into it. And literally, as soon as I started short selling, I became profitable. It was a rocky road for sure at times. KPRX looks like it's going to dive here, maybe. It wasn't always smooth, but yeah, as soon as I started short selling, I had success. And a lot of newbies that join the Discord are in the same boat. They'll start winning day one. The ones that stick around and succeed are the ones that have their risk management dialed in. You can make money. Like I just walked you through this play. This one had so many opportunities to make money. Um, the key though is not giving it all back. But yeah, I've been profitable since 2023, like very like decently profitable. You know what I mean? Not just like $1,000 or whatever. KPRX big leg down. Asian Fisher, I love it, bro. I love the joke. Nah, it was. I might just a lot of people make it seem like you're a bad person if you short sell. Like we're driving these companies into the ground. It could be the fact that they release PRs to pump their stocks and then they dilute shareholders. That's the real, evil in this business. We just take advantage of it. We know what's going to happen. SILO, what did they do? They released a patent PR. So let's see where they are from a capital standpoint. Oh, look, they don't have hardly any cash. So what's going to happen is they release PRs, they pump the stock, they dilute it, they drive it into the ground, then they reverse split, which basically means they take the shares and they condense them, and then it increases the price to get it over a certain price so they stay compliant. But then their float is really tight. So then they release another PR, pump it, dilute. It's just a rinse and repeat. So they're just stealing money from bag holders, and somehow we get labeled the bad guys, but I don't really care at this point in my career. Like I found an edge, I'm gonna stick with it. It's already been life changing for me, you know what I mean? Like I've had years I've made half a million. I've had years last year I made 300K, you know what I mean? So like regardless of what anybody tells me, the proof is in the pudding. And again, I'm not just what was this? GNON. Like I said, I'm not in my home setup, guys. I'm visiting family, so I'm a little slow. GNLing. A nice little pump on GNLN. Might be too slow for this one today. Uh, this is a trash company. It's Green Lane Holdings, 3.8 million float, 10 million market cap. Let's see why it's pumping though. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some locates and then I'll find the news. I've shorted this one probably 20 times in my career. It's pretty trash tick. Oh, it's liquidate only on TradeZero, so never mind. I can't even play it. TradeZero started making a lot more of these tickers liquidate only. I don't love that. And it's not TradeZero, it's Apex, their whatever it's called, whatever their role is, clearing firm, yeah. But This one has a tendency to pop and fade, but I can't play it, so I'm gonna ignore it. SILO, I might trim a little early here. If it looks like it's gonna pop again, I might, because I'm in the money, just not by much. I only entered a couple thousand shares on it, so my average is 68.5. I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. KPRX doesn't want to completely die, though. It keeps fighting. I would love to see it push one more time to like 249. I'll take a stab at it. It's hanging in there. I would like to wait for CILO to get to about 61 cents before I cover, but it might bounce here. And this is why I like short selling. Like, it's so much more chill for me. Like, when I'm in a long position, I'm anxious. But with small caps, like, almost the longer you wait, the more money you make. You know what I mean? Because they eventually just give it all back. Where it's a lot different than like large caps and things like that. They're actually good companies. So, all right, I'm gonna trim here at 63 cents. And then leave 1,000 just in case it wants to get to 61 cents. So trimmed half my position. I know you make money shorting small caps. Got some of my regular trolls on. Good trolls though. Can you paper trade like this on Weeple? I don't know if you can paper trade like this on Weeple. I think you can. But again, I use TradeZero. They have a pretty good paper trading system. But again, I'm not going to try to convince anybody to short sell. If you stick around long enough, you'll see I make money. Even I trade mobile, so that's why I don't share my positions on the screen because you can't be logged into two at a time. SILO, we're at 61 cents and some change. I'm going to go ahead and cover here. So I'm out. But yeah, if you stick around long enough, you'll see that when I walk through these plays, I make money. So again, not going to try to convince anyone because there is risk involved for sure. But most things in life that are good have some risk. You know what I mean? Business has risk. Working a W-2 has risk. You're out of control. Someone else controls your future. They can fire you at will. You know what I mean? So most things in life has risk. How do you know it's liquidate only? I can locate for it. Are you on TradeZero? It wouldn't let me get locates for it. So it'll say liquidate only. Dang, it flushed too, didn't it? Dang, what a nasty flush. And here's another good example. This is what they typically do in pre-market. Push and die. Occasionally they hold, and then when we have a battle on our hands and we play levels, but a lot of times they do this. You gonna do that course this year, bro? Yeah, probably gonna do it this month. Honestly, still unprofitable. Probably will do it this month. I got a lot of cool things up my sleeve this month. Got a building out the Discord with, and I think we just got our first alert in it today after I built it. Let's see what it looks like. Let's go. It is working. Y'all, people in the Discord, go look at the bear alerts. Look how dope this is going to be. I built it last night with Codex or whatever it's called, the Chat GPT thing. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna build the course. I'm gonna try to get the course built this month, and me and a few traders are meeting up middle of the month. Some of the best traders in my group, some that trade way bigger size than me and just as good, if not better, probably. A couple of us are going to meet up and do look like a little mini trading summit. And if it's something we like, we might continue to do. But yeah, just going to try to build off of it. It's nice seeing other people make money doing what I do, you know what I mean? Burritos, yeah, I'm sure we will. I gotta clarify how public this other trader want to be um, with streaming, but we'll definitely, and y'all know, I mean, both of them are in the group, so I'm sure they'll be down, but we'll have us at least a little podcast or trading session or something. Uh, let's see. Yeah, still unprofitable. Yeah, like I said, the plan is, this is what again, I'm honest with y'all. I'll explain my funnel here. Um, I want to offer, like, these live streams are free. You ask me any question, I'm gonna give you an answer. Like, I don't hide anything behind a paywall, but it's not super structured. So what I'm gonna do this month, I'm gonna build a little mini course for my Discord. After that succeeds, I'm gonna build a even more mini course for YouTube. And then I'm going to build a very, very um, granular course with case studies and things like that, and offer it obviously as an upsell for people that really want to dive in and get granular. Um, so that's the plan. But again, I'll share everything for free on YouTube and Discord, you know. But if somebody really wants to, because it's going to take, I mean, because I want to do a bunch of case studies and stuff like that. So I'll offer it as well. But that's kind of the plan for the month. And then maybe before end of year, some mentorship type of things as well. So I want to try to focus a little bit more on trading this year because it's been mostly on my cannabis dispensaries and building out Airbnbs. But this year, I wanted to focus a little bit more on trading. KPRX just got my 259 fill. But I didn't have that 249 fill sitting there. I'm kind of glad I did now. So back in KPRX 259, this was a fighter. This one is a fighter. So we're flushing a little here, back in the 240s. So I'm gonna just hang out with this one. I don't really love that it broke a new, well, it didn't break a new high, but it kind of broke above this 255 level, but it didn't hold very long. So I'm only in small size 259. Next entry will probably be 279. Was still unprofitable. No, it's going good. Love Ross. People hate. I would argue the opposite. I think he gets uh anytime I say anything about Ross, I get like 10 trolls in the chat that says he's like Jesus. So I'm gonna start blocking those people. I'll be honest. I decided that last time. But I played disc golf. You can't just forehand or backhand. You need both spins. Yeah, no, that's a good way to look at it. Um, because I think Ross is a good trader, but I think his program is way more difficult to catch on than short selling. And I don't feel the need to say longing is terrible like he does about short selling. But that's his marketing. You know what I mean? He's got to because he's a good trader, but he's a better salesman. I get an email from this dude every single day. Gosh. But nah, I respect Ross. I just wish he wouldn't talk so much crap about short selling. But again, all good. Like I said, not trying to convince anybody to short sell. If you stick around long enough, you'll see that there's a way to make money short selling. So I'm not going to take another stab till 279, like I was saying. So if it pushes to 270, I'm not getting in it, but 279, I'll add 2x the size that I added here, okay? Like I said, I'm going to start talking about sizing more. So I'm only in 1,000 shares, 259. If it gets up to 279 or 278, I'll add 2K shares. And I do that to get my average up. And I'm playing it in a size that I'm comfortable with. If we start falling in the 240s, I might trim some here though. Maybe get down to, so we're at 249 now. Let's see if we break down. But if we get in the lower 240s, it looks like we're headed that way. I might trim some size off here just in case it keeps wanting to pop and fight. There we go. So trimming some at 243, took a few off. Yeah, KPRX has been producing for me nicely all morning. This is like my fourth scalp on it, I think. Trimming a little bit more here in the 230s. Maybe my third scalp, but regardless, this is my biggest winner of the day. It's pretty stress-free too. SILO gave back a decent amount. I got out completely at 63 and 61, but nice little flush on it. SKYQ, CJ. CJ gives me tickers, I pull them up immediately. Let's see. Oh, retest. Let's go. Grabbing some locates. And I'm gonna wait to see what it does. What's the float on this one again? Forget. 3 million. So yeah, I'm gonna let it push. I have a line drawn right here. What is this? Oh, is this a multi-day at this point? Yeah, this thing is a beast. So I might play it, but I'm gonna play it pretty small, I think. Do they have a new PR? No, just wanting to fight a little. So I'm in it because this move is just so extended, but I'm in it very, very small. So I got in, and if we start holding over 7, I might just cut because this move is strong. So it's pushing here. Luckily, I only entered a couple hundred shares. I might take another stab here in a second, but this is a pretty strong move, guys. So if it holds over 7, I might cut. But as of right now, it's kind of just hanging around that 7 level. So let's see what it does. And if you're new, I don't really love these multi-days as much. I like the fresh pops of the day, you know what I mean? The ones that have been beaten down and then pop. But this move is so extended. It took me a little position on it. Like I said, only 300 shares, took it very small. Probably should have added more here at 7. I'm trying to wait to see how it responds to this $7 level though. Ooh, it's pushing. So let's see if it holds over 7, and then I might just slowly average into it. Let's see if the float is accurate on it though. I don't want to be in a nano right now. Yeah, it's pretty small, but it's not a nano, so I'm gonna stay in it. But so it just pushed to about 240. So my next ad will probably be like 230. Or sorry, 730. Jeez. So 735 is my next ad. Just adding a couple hundred more shares, which is very small for me because, like I said, I don't love multi-days that much. I like the KPRX tickers. Dang, I keep messing up my screen. Like I said, I'm not in my home setup, so it's a little wonky today. But yeah, I would say SKYQ for me, this is like a C setup, so that's why I'm trading it pretty small. I like the extension. It's an excessive move, but it's made like I said, it's been fighting for a few days, so I don't love that. But it does tend to push hard then fail, push and fail, push and fail, so it should retrace a little bit here. And we're starting to see it. It wrecked me last time. I'll just skip it. It's probably a good idea because this one almost got me. My average is kind of trash too at 669, but like I said, only in a couple hundred shares, so I'll let it do its thing real quick. Ross is in SKYQ. Cool, cool. I'll be here when he sells his position. ARTL pops. Ooh, that's a strong. Well, looks like a strong pop. Let me see what is this one popping for? 3.95 million float. Oh, regains compliance. So I'll let it push, but I'm gonna slam it here in a second though. Maybe if it gets about to like $9. Oh yeah, I like the $9 area. If it gets there. Should have added around the $7, but this thing looked like it was about to take off there for a second. People are kind of forgetting about AIXI, it looks like. I'm still in this one, 102 average, not the best average, but kind of forced the position because I just have a hard time believing this move is going to sustain. But yeah, ARTL, if it pushes to $9, $10 area, I'll start getting my first stabs on it. How big are you in SKYQ? 300 shares, very tiny. Because again, I don't like multi-days as much. I wish I would have added a little bit north of 7 though. So now I'm at break even. And I might actually just get out because I don't like it. Since you said Ross is in it, and I mean, he's not going to be in it after this candle, but he brings attention to tickers, so I just got out at break even. It could flush, and I might miss a big flush, but I don't care. I don't want to be in it if it bounces. I'd rather focus on ARTL. Compliance news. If it gets over $9, I'll short it. But yeah, if I was to guess, there's just as good of a chance this flushes. But again, I'm just going to play it cautious. And I got out because I don't have the best average. So now if it pushes back above 7, I'll re-add. Y'all see me do that a lot, where I'll trim, get out at break even if I think I don't have that great of an average, and then I'll add back if it pops. The downside is if it flushes now, I miss a move. The upside is, see, it's about to pop again, and it gets to 720-ish, 740. I'll add, and I just move my average way up. So that's why I do it. Kind of like a little insurance policy. So if we get back to like 735, I think I have an order waiting at 735. Let me see. Yeah, I do. So 735, I'll re-enter. ARTL looks like it's flushing before it gets to my levels. That's all right. Might miss this one. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get one of these places. 8 o'clock is only 3 minutes away. We might get some money rotation. So SKYQ looks like it might break down here. Looks like I bailed on SKYQ a little too quick, but that's okay. I do that sometimes. ARTL 600K float. Mine says 3.95. Let me double check on FinViz. You might be right. Oh yeah, that's a tiny float. So I'm going to avoid ARTL. But yeah, definitely bounced out of SKYQ a little too quick. But again, I play pretty defensive these days, so I thought it might bounce and I would re-add in the 7s. And it still could, but all good there. Yeah, ARTL with that float size, I'm just going to avoid. So the only thing I'm in right now is AIXI, and we'll see what 8 o'clock brings. Nice. Alex, 97. Three trips to KPR. I know KPRX has been printing for me today. I got another entry waiting at 259. T-Bone caught three trips KPRX. What broker do I use? Man, I get asked this so much. Is the one on the screen. TradeZero. I like it. I got a link in my description for it. I would elaborate more, but I talk about it every 30 minutes, it seems. So for the people that are here constantly, for their sake. I won't go into it. Had a nice green day, 43 yesterday in TTP. Nice job. Am I still in KPRX? No. I got out on the flush. It's going to give it all back at some point, but I might not be in it. Maybe next push I try to hold. Since we're now, it keeps bouncing on the 9. See it on the 5-minute? So I've just been scalping it. But maybe next push I do. Yeah, that's a good question. AskEdgar is pretty dang accurate, but I don't know if it's the most accurate. I think FinViz is. But bro, I'm excited about our Discord now. The Y'all check out the people that's in the Discord. Check out the bear alerts coming through. Still got to get it dialed in some, but this is going to be the format. So 8 o'clock. Did we get any good news? I didn't get any alerts. Man, ARTL looks like it's about to dive, and it is. Look at this. I usually avoid nanos these days, but man, this one looked like it was about to dive. Look at this move. Like, just tell me we don't have an edge. So SKYQ might actually get that bounce like I predicted. The tough one with SKYQ is that it's proven many times that it can make strong moves. So the scary part about re-adding to it is you don't really know where the ceiling is on it. And again, this is what I mean by multi-day. I like charts that look like, let me see, I'm sure KPRX has this similar chart. Yeah, maybe SILO. Yeah, SILO has a good chart. So see how it's just constantly beaten down like this, and it just gets lower and lower and lower. Where SKYQ, see how it's above the 200s? So it's been trading kind of sideways, and now it's on multi-day. It's like hanging out above the 200s. I don't love that daily setup. So I still have my 735 ad here if it gets there, but again, playing it very, very small. Going back to my sizing video that I posted over the weekend, this is a good example of me having lower conviction, so playing it small. Look at ARTL. What a flush. XXII flush. I missed this one. So yeah, SKYQ, if it pushes to 735, I'll get it in. 735 might be too high. I'm going to bump it down to 729. 728, where I'm getting in. I don't see the bear alerts channel. Do I need it to add it in Discord? Sometimes if they're not active, they get hidden. Go to the top and I forget what it's called. Let me see. Channels and roles. Make sure that bear alerts is selected for your visibility. So SKYQ pushed to 720. Like I said, my order's waiting at 729. Let's see if we get there. I'm tempted to force an order right here, but I don't want to play from behind with this one, so I'm going to let it come to me. There we go. Just got filled. And I'm back in it. But again, I'm playing it small, guys. Don't love this. I would grade this one probably a C setup. So playing it very small. Trimming some here in 690 since I was only in 300 shares. This is just going to be a scalper for me. Could it break down and flush? Yes, but again, I got trust issues with this stock. So I'm just complete. If my 695 fills, all right. I'm only in 100 shares now. If we get to 670, oh, I'm out. So I'm completely out. Wish I would have went heavier on it now, but and again, to talk through why I don't love this one, I'm a little skittish with it, is because again, guys, it's proven strength numerous times now. So I'm out of it. Caught a little scalp on it. It could break down and flush more. I might be leaving some money on the table, but again, it broke a new high, so I'm gonna just be cautious with it. But scalped it from 629 to 690s, and then my final exit was 680s. So now back to the only position I'm in is this might be when KPRX makes its next leg down. So the only position I'm in now is AIXI. This one's going to be slow and boring, but I'm okay with that. I just want to see if it slowly gives back today. It had like a 500, 600% move yesterday, so just have a hard time believing this is going to sustain. Small entry 102, then I'm going to 3x the size at 129. And if it breaks over 133 and holds, I'm going to get out. I only got in 300. I played SKYQ very small. So I just did 100, 100, 100. Do you create a hotspot when traveling? I'm actually at my parents'. I came for Easter. So they have like Starlink, so their internet's pretty good. We're in the middle of nowhere. Sneeds, but none of y'all have heard of it. Dirty South. So yeah, SKYQ looking like it's probably a better scalper. IPST. Wow, pretty strong move. Let's see what this story is. IPST. 1 million float, 9 million market cap. Ooh, tiny float for this price ticker. Strong move though. Why is it moving like this? Highlights areas frontline K-pop release. Oh, this news looks trash. I might scale into this one, guys. This news just seems very weak. Yeah, I'm gonna scale into this one. Then I'll find me some levels here in a second, but this news seems weak. Only problem is there's not a lot of locates available. But took a stab, 58 cents. Yes, needs Florida. But anyways, 586 is my average, 58.6. So I'm just gonna hang out. This should get back. This news is overrated, I think. So let's dig into it a little bit. IP strategy highlights areas frontline K-pop release. There we go. We're dropping. Highlighted partnership for the release of the single Busy Boy, making the first newly issued music rights entering their ecosystem at launch and directing royalties to APL tokens. They report 665,000 monthly Spotify listeners. I mean, everything about this feels weak, so I'm gonna hang out. I'm just gonna see if how much this one gives back. But um, I actually think I entered at a decent spot because there's a lot of congestion in this area. See how like there's a lot of wicks down to this like 58, 57, 55 area. So I'm just going to hang out in this one, see how much it wants to give back. SKYQ might break down here. Hurt. You're not supposed to admit that part, but it wasn't too bad. Caden says weak to no revenue figures. That's always a plus. I appreciate the shout out for IPST. Didn't even see this one. Starlink, awesome. Yes, I usually run a hotspot when traveling. Trust issues with hotel Wi-Fi. True, true. I get that. So Kurt, are you long in it then? Since the K-pop wasn't too bad. Oh, we're getting a nice little flush on it. Let's go. If we break down to under 50 cents, it's probably a wrap. But I only entered 2,000 shares, so I'm not up that much, but up a decent amount. So let's see if, like I said, I think this one might round trip at some point. Only problem is it's already had one, two, three. It had three very strong green candles, but I'm gonna hold on to this one a little bit and see if it gives back. The smart thing to do would probably be to trim half at like 50 cents, but um, I'm gonna just hold for a bigger move. And and again, the reason for that is I just think the news is relatively weak. So could it keep pushing? Yes, it could, but I'm gonna just hold this one. There we go. Maybe I trim half here. I'm gonna trim half here. I just, sorry I lied. Because the more I was thinking about it, it's really hard to get locates on this one right now. And their price is going up. So I might, or not I might, I already did. So I trimmed half here at VWAP. So now I have another 1,000 I can add. If it gets back up to 60 cents, I'll probably add some more. So trimmed half, only in 1,000 now. I want to hold on to some just in case it breaks down. And sorry I go back and forth sometimes, guys. I let kind of price action decide how I play some of these. But again, if it makes a quick move down like it did just there, it does have a tendency to bounce at VWAP. Where, um, so I'm just going to hold these 1,000. If it gets back to 59 cents, I'm going to add, potentially add those 1,000 back. SKYQ's popping back up. I think I'm going to leave this one alone, guys. I'm a little spooked with this one. So I'm just probably going to just leave this one alone and just focus on my AIXI position and IPST. Like I said, if it gets back to 59 cents, I'm gonna add those 1,000 back. Still in 1,000. The locate prices are going up because I think it does have a pretty small float. Not nano, but looking like maybe 1 million. Well, this one says, Finviz says 8 million. I hate how the float varies depending on where you can look at. Also, guys, if you're new to short selling, if you're unfamiliar with how I trade these, I just posted a 12-page pre-market playbook of how I approach these, about the tickers I like, the red flags, green flags, things like that. My screen's black? It shouldn't be. Let me see what's going on. Should be good now. But anyways, yeah, so the free PDF in the top comment. If you want to learn more about this strategy, in the Discord, we have a bunch of different playbooks, but pre-market is very specific what I look for. I mean, basically what I have pulled up, IPST. So I made a little cheat sheet with all the tips and how I play those free. All you got to do is just type in your email and I'll send it to you. So just hanging out in IPST and AIXI. So wait to see if there's anything else pops up or if these start to break down, but I'll hang around for the 8:30 PR releases, but I'll probably wrap up shortly after that. Had a decent morning. Nothing crazy, no like massive big moves, but decent. Mostly from KPRX scalps. Speaking of KPRX, what is it doing now? Man, this thing does not want to die though. Yeah, and if I still have an order waiting, if it gets back to 259, I'll be back in it. Burrito, what you mean by hurricane? Oh, got it. Oh, power outage. No, not this time. IPST's looking pretty weak though. Every time it flushes towards VWAP, though, there's some buyers. You can see how these candles are forming the 1 minute. But I think they'll run out of buyers at some point. So let's see. 8:30 is only 5 minutes away. If there's some decent PRs, we might get some money rotation away from this play. But I'm not even in that heavy, so I mean, it's not. I'm in AIXI light and IPST light, so. But I would like to see it flush. See if we break under 50 cents here. That would be a good sign. Yeah, that's a very good sign. So now let's see if it holds. Buyers showed up. All right, 1 minute till 8:30. So I'm gonna go and get the stock titans pulled up, see if we see any interesting PRs. Maybe we'll get some money rotation away from IPST. It's looking pretty weak at this point. We could just hold under 50 cents. It's gonna be a wrap. A bunch of PRs coming out. Not really seeing too much though, but IPST is flushing like we're getting some money rotation. Look at it dropping. But I don't really see anything else pumping right now. Yeah, we're gonna have a halt alert, T-Mac, for sure. Double halts. Since we found that cheat code for trade the pool accounts. So did they so when you said that they didn't cancel or they didn't was it invalidate that one that you might have potentially got in a little late? Oh, here we go. IPST. There's the flush we were waiting for. Let's go. Let's go. Trimmed half, 47 or 46 cents, I guess. 461. Um, and then just going to ride out these rest. I'll probably just ignore them till market open and see where it's at. I have a hard time holding on to plays, so I might end up closing. But why is it oh, SKYQ, another one of its weird little pushes and fails? HCAI 200 test alert. 50 cents, probably not a bad level on it, but I'll probably pass on it. It's lined up with a 200 daily SMA. I pinged you on Discord. Is Bear Alerts hooked up to AE? What's AE? I don't know what AE means. I was just playing around with Codex, the Chat GPT little coding thing last night, and built it. Oh, got it, got it. I thought that was some software engineering reference, Jelaine. Yeah, it's hooked up to AskEdgar. But there's still, and I'll message you though. There's still a few things I want to dial in with it, but made a lot of progress on it last night. So I don't know if I'm gonna take any more trades before the live stream's over. I mean, I might. I'll hang around a little bit longer, but if not, I'm still in IPST from 58 cents, holding some runners. AIXI still in this one as well, but probably not gonna play HCAI one. I don't know if it's gonna get back to 50 cents. And just for the people that aren't in the Discord, what I'm talking about is we still got to get it dialed in, but trying to build out the Discord because it's kind of all this has been basically a little beta test up until recently. Now I want to actually expand it. This is kind of what I'm talking about. We just created a alert system that every time a stock will pop, it'll give its market cap, float, institutional ownership, um, short interest, days to cover, the country, and then the dilution profile, basically pulling it from AskEdgar. But again, still working on it, getting it dialed in, but made some progress on it last night, but I'm pretty excited about it. KPRX might make its next leg down here. I'm just holding on to these runners on IPST. I think there's a good chance at round trips. I'll probably try to close these around where the 200 is because they like to bounce on the 205-minute and the 201-minute. So plan is just to hold IPST. If it wants to push for whatever reason and get back to like 58, 60 cents, I'll slam it again, but it'll probably just keep unwinding. I'm Mr. Primetime on Discord when I join, so you can associate our convos here today. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I try to keep track. That's why I call a strange burrito because that's his name on there. Most of our names are about the same. But then you have those weirdos like a strange who calls himself burritos. But yeah, I'll hang out a little bit longer, guys, and see if there's any more plays pop up, but I'll probably wrap up soon. And as usual, if you want to join the Discord, links in the description. I have a free trial going, and the PDF I attached as well. It's free to see how I handle these small caps. AIXI, man, it's tempting to get in here at VWAP, but I think I'm just going to wait, see if it pushes 130, and I'll add there. But as of right now, I'm just going to stick with my starter position and then add heavier around 128, 129. And then, like I said, if it holds over 133, I'll probably just stop out because it could keep pushing. Oh, yeah, and as always, appreciate the likes, the subscribes. Kurt, you got to remind me, bro. I appreciate you for remembering. Yeah, I think IPST is about to. Should have kept my full size on this one, but that's all right. I like to secure profits, but this one looks like it's about to unravel. AIXI, it's got that Apple lawsuit settlement rumor and promo going on. Yep. But it's up like what, 500-600%, and it's Chinese, so backside is usually beautiful on it. But yeah, I got my wrist out in, so I got a starter here, and then I'm gonna add 3x the size at 129, and then that'll be my line in the sand. So if it breaks over that, I'll stop out. So I'm not just going to average into this one blindly, but I still think this is a decent setup with the 200 dailies here. So if I'm wrong, I'll just stop out. But I'd still think there's a good chance it could unravel today. Not seeing too much else though. So like I said, I might wrap up here soon. We'll see. I'll wait till 8:45, see if there's any PRs come out. If not, I'll bounce and see all of y'all in the Discord. IPST is fighting back a little bit. I have a hard time believing it's going to get back over 50 cents in VWAP. Could it? Yeah, it definitely could. But I think we're probably on the downside or backside. 50-cent ad is going to be tempting, but I think I'm just going to wait. See if it tries to push a little more before I consider another entry. So I'll probably just ride these out. AIXI trying to push a little bit, but I've already explained my plan with this one a bunch of times, so y'all know. And sorry for ignoring that comment earlier about BATL and US. Was it BATL? So is it giving back a little bit? Yeah. USO. USO, the United States Oil Fund. Well, it's giving back some, but it's still up there. I've kind of been ignoring the oil plays. I don't like themes. Like if there's themes, I'd rather focus on things that's not in the news. But there's definitely been some opportunity with these oil plays though. So a few PRs came out at 8:45. Let's see if it moves any of them. If not, I'm going to bounce. VVOS has private placement. Let's see if it does anything. Not really. RCT. Nope. CJMB. Nope. CETX. Oh, CETX got a pop. Okay, let's see what this one's going to do. Decent sized float on it. I'm going to get me a starter here. Oh, no shares available. Never mind. Okay, well, I guess not. I'm seeing 10 million floats, so that's weird for it not to have any shares available. Yeah, that's odd. You'll see that with Nano sometimes, but not a. Are y'all getting the same message? Hmm. So the news is, let's see what the news is. Selected for U.S. Navy SBIR at Phase 1 contract. Well, it might be a good avoid, honestly, if it's military news. I just got in saying I'd like to avoid themes, so military's kind of for defense. And here we go. We're seeing a push on it. It might actually be a better long. So yeah, this is probably a good one to avoid anyways. So yeah, it's kind of pushing. Look at it go. And shorts can't get in. Might It might be a decent long, but again, I'm not going to take it. I wonder if it gets to what, 135. You see on the daily, that's where there's some congestion. See what y'all are saying. Kurt. Yeah, good call, Kurt. CTX early, but good news. Military contract. Agree. This might be one you want to be a little cautious with. Y'all able to get shares? Yeah, let me see if I can get them now. No, I still can't get them, but I don't think I want them. I think this one's probably a better long. I rarely say that. First pullback is how I usually play these if I do decide to go long. So like first pullback to VWAP, but like I said, I'm not in the mood to take a long. I've had a stress-free session. Probably gonna keep it that way. So all right, guys. Um, I'm probably gonna wrap up, but appreciate y'all for tuning in. And as always, thanks for the likes, the subs, and if you want to join the Discord, link is in the description. If not, I'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 7 a.m. See y'all.